Good evening. Welcome to Options Tender. It is Thursday, 12/27/23. Welcome, everybody. I'm out at the in-laws with relatives, having a great time with Christmas. Hope everybody else did too. So I want to give this really quick update just to show you that we're making a little bit of progress on the last two videos that we talked about. The last one being the most important, kind of giving direction to what happens if we get all-time highs immediately. And I'll reiterate that scenario. We'll check out just a couple indicators and then go on the lower time frames just to keep track, because we already know that everything, pretty much every single indicator and a new one today has had negative divergence, and we're looking for that reversal here, pretty soon. We have the holiday trade here. We have a short week next week as well, but this is really probably the lowest volume week of all. Doesn't mean nothing's going to happen. We can float up, but anyway, let's jump into it. We have first of all, if you're new here, go down to that bottom right hand corner, hit that Options Center logo and subscribe. Thank you very much, everybody who's been liking the videos. It's the best thing that you can do for this channel as we grow and get this information out to everybody that we can. It's been wonderful and accelerating this channel, so thank you very much. Here we go on SPY on the daily time frame. We boxed in this area. This is an area consolidation. As you see today, we held the top of that area and we're pushing off of it ever so slightly, very slow and grindy, but we held. So that's the important part. And the only other thing I want to show you on this time frame is the MACD. So the MACD peaked over here on 12/19, and we finally got a negative divergence on the MACD. So that's really important for our indicators. We had it some time ago, but burned through it with these moves. And now that we're coming to a corner in time and price, and I'll show you the time on the 65-minute Elliott wave count. So that's something you might want to stick around for a little later in the video if you have to move on. So just want to show you that we got negative divergence there. We had another divergence on the RSI, so that's a triple divergence there. And the slow stoke is getting back into overbought territory, not slowing down yet, but not rolling over yet, but definitely some new divergence as we get to oversold, overbought territory. So let's go over to the 65-minute. The trend is our friend. All right, so we had our breakout from the wedge. We never got a real pullback, and we talked about that last video. And so we think our significant pullback was actually here. We did it in time rather than price. So I'm not really looking forward to it. I'm actually going to leave this box here because it's going to be a really important area for the pullback anyway as we start to descend to the downside. But what we do notice is that this trend line was broken. Now, that just means that, the price action is slowing. We did break down, and we're starting to make new highs from that anyway. And I do presume that we will continue this move. This trend line is not really valid at this point. I would draw a little bit more like that. So we held this trend line, and we're moving up to the options expected move here, and also all-time highs in that dashed line there, which is 479.98. So we're really targeting this area. I think the options expected move coinciding with that area is no coincidence. And I look to get into that area, as soon as tomorrow, you guys. So will we slightly go over? Sure. But that will be our target, and that's when we're gonna load on some more puts. You saw that this was triangulating here, so we drew a triangle, broke out from the triangle, held on to that, not only the trend line but also the top of the triangle area there. Sorry about that. There's gonna be a little bit of noise in the background. That's just this family members and my wife and everything, just having a good time. So sorry about that. As we go, we have, let's go over to the there's nothing else to show on this one. No demarked, no new things to show. Real quick on the reversal, and double check this. Yeah, we're back into the overbought territory again. Again, making all of these divergences, trying to roll over here, new divergence in the MACD. As soon as that does, I do believe that we start to roll over in price action as well. So we'll be monitoring this to see if we get a breakdown back from the Williams percent. But so far, we're still moving on up. Okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to show here. Maybe we'll visit the VIX in just a second, but I just really want to show the what we updated in last video, and we're not looking at this as an impulse move anymore. We're actually looking at this as we had our impulse, and the reason why we were so bearish right here at this point was that we had our impulse move, we had our ABC, we thought we corrected, this move was done, and then we were moving to the downside. That wasn't the case. It took about 3 weeks to get through this move. And what really happened was we had our impulse move here, supposedly, our impulse right here for an A. Okay, so that brings us to a B in time instead of price. And then we're constructing another impulse wave where we're not quite done yet. We have the 3, move down to the 382 line here for the 4. So I can get rid of that. And what we're actually starting to project is past all-time highs at that 480 zone with the options expected move. We have one of our projections here from the bottom of wave 3 to the top of wave 3 as a 618. That's a typical move for a wave 5. So a 62% size of the extension in wave 3. It doesn't have to stop there, but that is a good spot. And it just kind of coincides with all those other price scenarios there, which will give us our wave 5 of 5 in the wave C. Now, I'll pull back just a little bit. Before I do, this also, tomorrow is a time, our time ratio here, and that's a very simple one. The from wave A, from bottom of wave A to the top of wave A, that's the, I believe it's either the 100% or the 62%, but that we have a time ratio from that to where we would have bottom to top to top. So tomorrow is projecting that. It could be anytime tomorrow or a day before or after, to where we're in that zone for a price relationship or a time relationship with price. So if we start to hit these prices with these time ratios, that's going to be a very important signal that we might have a reversal point there. So we'll have to see how price reacts off of that price and time. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We do have a couple of, it's Thursday. So in a bearish, if we are getting into this bearish scenario, Thursday would be our bullish day, and then we reverse into a bearish Friday, which would continue with the bearish, I would say, Monday, but we're not open on Monday for New Year's, so that would go into Tuesday. So let's see what happens here with these this price relationships, and I'm just going to pull back just a little bit so you can really see what we're looking at from the bottom here. So after we had our bottom here, after the July top, we have our March bottom, and now this last wave, we're looking for this last wave. I should just, yeah, it'd be better if I just changed the, now that we looked at the lower time frame, let's look at the ending diagonal we did on the last video. So now we have this ending diagonal where we eke out a new high, where we have a 3-wave move into 1, 3-wave 2, 3-wave into 3, 3-wave into 4. They're all ABCs. And now we have our A, B, C going into wave 5 in a time and price ratio with overbought conditions and all sorts of negative divergence in this whole scheme of things. So this is coming into a very, very important area, and we're in the time frame of the what I keep talking about, the rate inversion, the inverted curve steepening, the 10 and the 2-year. You'll have to watch the other videos in order to get my full view on that. And we're in that time frame as well. So all this is kind of lining up here. And so just keep an eye out. That's all I got for you today. So we're going to end this here. We'll quick and swift, and we'll talk to you either tomorrow, or if we get, we'll probably do another update tomorrow or early Friday to see if there is any significance of this time and price, and see if we start any sort of sign of a reversal. All right, have a great night. Don't forget to like the video, and we'll talk to you soon.